The first fight of the night. Fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'5", 135 pounds. He's an MMA fighter from world-class MMA boxing. Give it up for Artie Ortega!
This is Arthur Ortega, fighting out of Westminster from World Class MMA and Boxing. Right now I'm 2-0. This is my second fight. Glad to be fighting with TFA. I'd like to give a shout out to the longshoremen out there. Just ready to go out there and get this win, and we're going to get it done.
What's going on, TFA fans? Mike Witzerman coming back at you here for my third fight with the TFA. Thank the TFA for this opportunity. I got to win my last fight. I'm hoping to keep this momentum going. Been working on some new things. I'm not taking it for granted. I'm going to push forward. I got a good opponent in front of me. I'm looking forward to facing him. I'm up to the challenge, and I know he is too. I hope you guys are ready for a great fight, because I am. I've worked hard. I tried some new stuff. Let's get this done. Let's get it going.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Exciting TFA 27. Warriors on the Waterfront. I'm Maverick the Soul Collector Harvey with the infamous MMA icon, Jacob Woods. How you doing tonight, Jacob?
Good. How are you, Maverick?
I'm blessed to be here on this God's given great earth and another TFA event.
This is very exciting tonight, Maverick. We are in a brand new venue. We're not at the Garden Hall, Union Hall in Gardena. We are at the Waterfront in Wilmington. So it's a new energy, a new vibe, a new venue. So we're going to see some great fights tonight.
That's right, and for those of you at home, it's a great flashback to Wilmington, California at the Waterfront. A lot of the legendary original Octagon fights were held right here in this building in Wilmington, California.
All right, TFA fans, here we go. Total Fighting Alliance 27, guys. That's a lot of shows, a lot of matchmaking. So we're going to get this party started right. A lot of you guys have been here before. You're going to hear this question over and over tonight. Answer honestly, answer loud. Before I turn over to your head referee, Larry Landis, I'm going to turn it over to Todd Beecham to get this party started.
All right, TFA fans and the great city of Wilmington, are you ready?
Was at the exciting TFA 27 Warriors on the Waterfront. Our first fight out, Arthur Ortega versus Michael Witzerman. that looks like it. The end of round number 1. Pretty evenly matched. Once again, Todd Meacham here at TFA does the best of his ability to match these opponents up. You'll never see any kind of one-off lopsided fights. It's just great competition between both athletes at the same skill level.
It's just pure excitement from start to finish. This is a world-class event. This is a new venue. This is different from the previous events at the Union Hall in Gardena. This is at the Waterfront in Wilmington, and it looks like a much larger crowd than last time. So you're seeing a lot more energy. You're feeling a lot more energy.
Well, let me tell you, with the ring girls here at TFA, they have this crowd turn this place into a barnstormer already on the first fight. I think I see more skin than less material.
They deserve as much credit as the fighters for getting the crowd riled up.
That's it. That's what you get here at TFA. Skin, booty, and good fights.
Good times. It all equals good times. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, round 2.
I don't know. I thought I stopped it.
I apologize, ladies and gentlemen. That was the end of the round. Now we're on to round 3. So far, it looks like a pretty even matchup. At the very end of round 2, Arthur took a barrage of punches, and it honestly looked like the ref could stop the fight.
That's true. So Arthur getting lucky at the end of that referee. It looked like a referee stoppage, but it looked like the second round bell rang, and it saved him to move on to round number 3.
Sometimes the clock can save you, especially if you're getting beat.
Well, our hats are off to both these gentlemen. They are bringing it on the ground. They're standing up. And thus, so far, it's been an exciting fight here. And it looks like corners are coming out. We're going to go into round number 3.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Again, we have Michael Witzerman in the blue and Arthur Ortega in the red. And so far, this has been a great match, full of excitement, takedowns, punches, a well-matched fight.
looks like it was pretty close going to the third round, but I think Michael taking that takedown, I think the judges are going to go with the big one. Great fight, Tom.
Come on, baby.
All right, TFA fans, give it up for the little guys, man. Put it all on the line. All three judges saw the fight the same way. Unanimous decision for your winner. Fighting out of the blue corner, Michael Waterfront!
Not the outcome we were looking for, but still a great fight nonetheless. Went all 3 rounds, there were takedowns. So just give us your thoughts on the fight.
He was just a better wrestler than I came in here expecting.
Were you stunned when he hit you at the end of the second round?
Yeah, because it was after the bell, but I got him up a late kick when he tried to touch up with me. So it's cool.
Or they're not the outcome you're looking for, but again, a great fight. Are we going to see you again?
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's for sure. He said, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Arthur Ortega.
Well, Michael, congratulations. Third time we've seen you here in the octagon. Always a gentleman, always exciting at 135 pounds. We saw you stand up. We saw you take it down. It was an exciting fight. How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel great. And first of all, thank you very much for the props. It comes a long way. No one does it by themselves. I got to thank my cornermen. I love them. They're with me sweating every day. To all the fans, we do it for you, family and friends. Thank you so much. I love you. And most importantly, my opponent across the cage, man. He was awesome. He was strong. I respect him. He takes balls to get in the cage. Thank you very much. Artie, you're the best, dude.
Right on, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. The first fight. You're excited. Fight number 2 against 2 veterans in the mixed martial arts game. They've trained for a while. Tim Kreisman, 50 years old, versus Jason Lesage, 42 years of age young.
All right, let's get this first warrior out of here. Fighting out of the red corner. He stands 5'10", 168 pounds. He's an MMA fighter, fighting out of South Bay Jiu-Jitsu. Give it up for Jason Lesage.
Yo, what's up? This is Jason Lesage coming back at you from South Bay Jiu-Jitsu, trying to do it again. I'm here representing TFA, and I'm about to fight man Mr. Kreisman, who I'm very excited about. I know he's a TFA legend. He's quite the warrior, and I'm quite the warrior myself. I know Tim's a very tough guy. I'm a tough guy. It should be a great fight. I'm looking forward to it. I'm extremely excited. I went back to the drawing board, made some adjustments, realized my mistakes. Hopefully I'll have some corrections, and things should go different this next fight. And I'm looking for my hand to be raised at the end of the round. Thank you.
Stands 5'10", 167 pounds. He's an MMA fighter, fighting out of Kreisman MMA. Give it up for Tim Kreisman!
Hi, my name's Tim Kreisman, fighting out of Kreisman's MMA. This will be my 6th fight for Todd Meacham's TFA. I'm fighting Jason Lesage. I know he's been boxing most of his life. He's training with world-class MMA fighters and jiu-jitsu guys. But he's coming right out of the gate fighting guys with a lot of experience. And I'm not coming to lose. I'm coming to win.
Before I throw you over your head, referee moderators, I want you guys to remember these guys are amateurs, laying all on the line. Tim Kreisman is 50 years old. His opponent is 42, guys. It's never too late to get in here. Alright, it's my turn. TFA fans, Warriors on the Waterfront, 27. Are you, the TFA fans, ready for a fight?
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at TFA 27 Warriors on the Waterfront with fight number 2 against 2 veterans in the mixed martial arts game. They've trained for a while. Tim Kreisman, 50 years old, versus Jason Lesage, 42 years of age young.
Ladies and gentlemen, both these two are hungry for a win. This is Tim Kreisman's 6th TFA win with a TFA fight with a 3-2 record. Jason is hungry. He has just come off a loss at his last fight by referee stoppage. So he's looking for a different game plan than he had in his first fight.
I'll tell you, Tim Kreisman's last fight, he fought LT Banner. They went 3 rounds, and they banged the whole rounds. He took some heavy, devastating shots and never went down. Oh, big leg kick from Jason. Looks like Tim's trying to take Jason down this time.
I know. I talked to Jason earlier, and he's going to have a different approach to this fight. He's going to take it a little slower, try to work his distance, work his boxing, and then let the fight go where it goes.
And I tell you, Jason, coming from a water polo player in high school to mixed martial arts, you don't see much of those transitions, but you're watching it here live today, a 50-year-old versus a 42-year-old, showing that it can be done at any age.
That's the great thing about MMA. Even guys in their 40s and 50s can fight at a competitive level. And again, Jason had a water polo background. I know he's also had some boxing background, some Olympic-style boxing. I know he's a pretty tough guy. I've trained with him a couple of times, but I do know Tim does have more experience, and he's not here to lose.
Well, definitely, Tim's trying to bring Tim Kreisman mixed martial arts from Rialto, California, showing that his style is efficient. It does work. I have to give much props to the man. Not only is he teaching and training people, he's in there doing it, saying, hey, do it this way, and it's going to work.
That's a good point, Maverick. I don't think I've ever seen someone who trains and has his fighters on the same card, although not this card, but it's happened in the past. But what an example he's setting for his students.
That's right, that he can do it at any age and any time. And a lot of people that you see that have these gyms, they teach a lot, they show you a lot, and tell you there's a lot of things that you need to do, but they're not out there practicing what they preach.
Yes. Very true, Maverick. And it looks like Jason is keeping to his plan by keeping Tim at a distance. And it looks like, I think, maybe there was a groin shot in there, so they're giving Tim a second to recuperate.
Yeah, I think Jason wasn't intentionally trying to do that. I want to see Tim keep his hands up more when those leg kicks are coming in. Blocking them low down with your hands. You want to check the leg, raise your leg up and check it, and keep your hands up at your face.
That's an excellent point. Excellent point, Maverick. If you check it right, it can actually hurt the person who's kicking. So that's an art in itself to be able to check those kicks.
Exactly, and here we go. I believe that's the end of round 1. Ladies and gentlemen, Todd Meacham, TFA, throwing an exciting match fight for the second fight here at TFA. Both gentlemen evenly matched and showing that age is just a number here at TFA.
That's right. Again, a 50-year-old fighting a 42-year-old, and a lot of action. This is as much action if these guys were 25.
Exactly, Jacob, and here we go with those exciting ring girls out there again. And let me tell you, the crowd is on their feet. This is one hell of a barn burner. These ring girls are really giving us a show.
They are. They're keeping the excitement going during the break. The electricity around here is amazing. You could cut it with a knife.
Standing room only for the first day back here at the Longshoreman Waterfront. here in exciting Wilmington, California. It goes to show you this is where one of the places was founded, and it's still exciting here to watch mixed martial arts.
I think if this event goes well, which I'm sure it is, we'll probably have more events here at the Waterfront.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, for you at home watching it live and on DVD. Tim Kreitzman in the blue corner with Jason Lesage in the red corner. Both men well into their late 40s and early 50s, giving it to you all for exciting round number 2.
It looks like Jason had landed a couple kicks and even a couple punches on Tim, because Tim did look stunned at some point in that first round.
Yeah, I did like Jason's kicks. I don't like how Tim was blocking those, but that's the excitement that gets in the air, and sometimes your natural response is to do that, but you need to train to learn to keep your leg up. Both guys keeping each other at bay, though, and really being methodical and being technical at this.
You're correct, though. Tim has got to keep his hands up. He's throwing those kicks, and his hands are all over the place. Now he's trying to take Jason down, but Jason has him in, looks like he's trying to get some kind of a head and arm choke.
Yeah, Jason shot for the single. Tim shot for the single. Jason did an excellent job sprawling. Jason now has him in that head and arm choke. He's going to load up on top of Tim. Tim needs to sweep his leg around and come out the backside of Jason, because the pressure on the back of your neck like that is just incredible.
Jason's the kind of guy to put on a lot of pressure when he's on top of you. He's super strong. He's been doing construction for a lot of years, as well as he was a carpenter. He is a carpenter, so his hands are just gristling. They're just very massive and very strong.
Right. What I like to see Jason at that point do when he had Tim in that head and arm choke is these guys need to learn to use the cage just a little bit more, because that can be used to your advantage. If he would have backed his back up towards the cage, put pressure on the back of his neck, that would have forced him to make a move or want to get out of there. It looks like Jason's dropping down some bombs and trying to get in the full mount of position on Tim.
Yes, that's a good point. You can use the cage against you. If he had pushed him up, he would have compressed his body and made it even harder for Tim to breathe. He probably would have could have submitted it possibly at that point. It does look like now that Jason is either in half guard or in guard, or not. Looks like there's a reversal.
That was an excellent reversal, showing the strength of Tim Kreitzman. Jason holding it up with one arm. Tim just keeping the pressure on. This guy is relentless at 50 years old. Let me tell you, I don't care how much you train, I want to be in there with him.
He is relentless. He just missed a big hook by Jason with his right arm. Now they're both on the ground.
Yep. Jason continues to get the dominant position on the ground. That's the end of round number 2. Let's see what these guys do, coming out busting it round number 3.
I think that was a better round than the first round.
Yeah, once again, Todd Meacham, 2 evenly matched opponents, even at this age, showing work for wear. They both have the same caliber, the same ability, the same skill level, and they are truly giving us an exciting show here at TFA 27.
This should be a great third round. Both these guys want to fight. I know both these guys don't want it to go to decision. That's the rule, golden rule, right? Don't leave it up to the judges. So both these guys are going to come out looking to win in this third round.
Especially this late in their career, they want to have defined wins. They don't want nobody else deciding it for them. I know that it was one of the worst things for me. I wasn't going to let the judge decide it for me. It was going to be win or lose.
And I know Tim at 3-2 does not want an even record. He wants to say that he has a winning record with the TFA. And I know Jason at 0-1 definitely doesn't want to be 0-2. He wants a 500 record. So let's see what happens in round 3.
Well, I'll tell you, in my book, Jacob, I give these guys both the winks. They're both champions. Just to be in there and continue to do it, especially Tim Kreitzman, having a gym on the line and the respect level for his students, seeing their master in there getting down.
Good point. You got to tip your hat to both these guys, regardless of who wins. It's been a great fight so far, entertaining. There's been punches, there's been takedowns, there's been reversals, and here we go with the third round, ladies and gentlemen.
And what a great show of sportsmanship. Both fighters come out touching gloves in round number 3. Both having equal respect for each other, really keeping it classy and giving this crowd what it wants while they're standing on their feet. Exciting stand-up and ground. I can't wait to see how this fight turns out.
And again, Tim, getting back to your earlier point, Tim has an unusual hand position. He's moving it kind of randomly, his hand.
Yeah, I see this. His hands have no consistency whatsoever. He tends to want to drop down and shoot in more. I don't know if that comes from a wrestling background, but in stand-up, if you're going to stand up, you got to keep your hands up.
That can be dangerous, especially if a guy can kick to your head. He'll just time it right when your hands are down.
Well, in the first round, Jason was throwing a lot of electrifying kicks and knees, and it looked like that's what he wanted to keep the game going with. And Tim, blocking with his hands, it would have been only a matter of time if Jason would have got that leg up and brought it up to Tim's head.
Yeah, I know Jason has the flexibility to do that, actually, so So Tim's a little lucky that didn't happen, but maybe his erratic hand gestures caused Jason to get off his timing.
You never know. When that cage closes, all the game plans sometimes go out the door, and what you thought you were going to do is not what you're doing at the moment.
Yeah, what was that Mike Tyson quote? Everyone has a game plan until they get punched in the face. So I think that could be relevant tonight.
Mine was until the cage closes.
Oh, nice leg kick by Tim. You could hear that, ladies and gentlemen. It just rattled through the cage.
It was a great leg kick by Tim, but what I liked about Jason is he checked the kick. He didn't drop his hands. He kept it up and checked the kick, and that's the right way you need to learn and check those kicks.
Looks like Jason's hands are down a little bit as well. I'm not sure what's going on with these guys.
They're deep into the third, coming into the third round. I'm sure those guys are gassed. You're going to see their hands dropping a little bit. This is amateur fighting. Tim's got to keep his hands up. Jason's hands are down too. It might be a little slugfest at the end, but I think this is going to end up going to the judges' cards.
Yep, it looks like it is. Let's go down and talk to the fighters.
Toward the camera. All right. We have a decision from our judges. Judge number 1 scores the fight 30 to 28.5, Lesage. Judge number 2 scores the fight 28.5 to 30, Kreitzman. And your final scores 29 to 29 for a unanimous draw at the TFA.
Jason, all right, thank you, sir. Great fight regardless. You threw punches, you threw kicks, you threw knees. You showed us your arsenal tonight. Give us your thoughts on the fight.
Talk up.
Oh, first of all, Tim Kreitzman, one hell of a warrior. Man, I was so shocked how strong this guy is. And it got a lot more harder than it looks.
You've improved immensely since your first fight. Tell us what you've done.
Well, I tried to keep my distance, tried to rush it too quick, tried to spread things out a little bit, and just be smart about it. It's a fight. You gotta be strategy. You can't just get in there and start brawling.
Great, are we gonna see you again?
I think so.
Thank you, Jason. Give it up for Jason Lesage.
Tim Kreitzman.
Yes, sir.
Kreitzman MMA, Rialto, California. You know, a lot of men try to teach mixed martial arts. A lot of men try to teach mixed martial arts. They try to tell you what you got to do. But I love the man that practiced what he preaches. 3-3 here, 50 years young, 3 rounds, third time you win the distance. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel awesome, man. If I want to come in here and keep learning, maybe eventually go pro someday. I want to see what works and what doesn't, so I can bring it back to our gym and teach. That's what I want to do.
Well, let me tell you, Tim, I have nothing but the utmost respect for you and what you do. I love the fact that you're out here putting your name, your reputation, your gym on the line to show these kids, hey, I practice what I preach. Congratulations. Tim Kreitzman, ladies and gentlemen, 50 years.
here we go, Jacob. Exciting TFA 27 at the Waterfront, fight number 3. We have Chase Gibson from True Warrior Fitness fighting Jonathan Quinrose out of the Long Beach Fight Shop.
All right. Fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'9", 156 pounds. He's a mixed martial arts fighter out of Pound Fight Shop. Give it up for Jonathan Quinrose.
Hi, this is Jonathan. I'm fighting out of Long Beach. I've been training for 4 years, and I'm ready to fight. You know, I'm so proud to fight for TFA, and I'm ready to go. So whoever is on my way, well, I'm sorry guys, because I'm looking forward to be a champion and be pro. Fight on.
His opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'9", 155 pounds. He's a Muay Thai and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist, training at the greatest mixed martial arts facility in Southern California, True Warrior Fitness. Give it up for Chase Firstborn Gibson!
I'm Chase Gibson. I'm 23 years old. This is my 3rd fight with TFA. I'm 2-0, and I'm just ready to bring the fight. Excited, and this is what I was born to do.
I ask you again, are you, the TFA fans, ready for a fight?
Well, here we go, Jacob. Exciting TFA 27 at the Waterfront, fight number 3. We have Chase Gibson from True Warrior Fitness fighting Jonathan Quinrose out of the Long Beach Fight Shop.
Yes, Maverick, this should be a great fight. Chase is coming off a 2-0 record, and this is Jonathan's first fight. But I know both these guys are tough, so we should see a good show tonight.
Yeah, Chase just had a Muay Thai boxing bout about 3.5 weeks ago that he won first round, the TKO. This is Chase's, Jonathan, in the red corner's first fight, so let's see what this debuter has.
Yes. I know Jonathan told me he likes to fight. He's been in a number of street fights, but he was just taken down by Chase in a double leg.
Chase, well-versed, even though they're great at stand-up, they're at True Warrior Fitness, they do concentrate a lot on the ground. And I know Chase is going to be pretty difficult to get out of that, on the ground. It looks like Jonathan's trying to work for the head, the schoolyard choke. I don't think Chase is going to allow that.
It's hard to do when you're on your back. You need a lot of power to do that, or some big arms like you get.
Well, let me tell you, it takes a lot of energy. I've sucked myself in it many times, getting stuck in that, thinking I'm going to choke somebody, and just ended up gassing myself out trying to choke them.
Yeah, it looks like, I can't tell if they're half guard, or maybe Jonathan has his legs opened, but it looks like Chase is getting close to passing him.
Yeah, Chase is working to stand back up on his feet. Chase is going to want to stand with him and bring him to his feet. They're made. Oh, big overhand right. Chase jumped the Superman punch to Jonathan. Chase back in Jonathan's guard on the ground. Larry's going to end up standing him up if the action doesn't get a little bit more going on the ground.
It looks like, again, they're in the half guard, but Chase didn't give Jonathan a chance to get up. Once he moved, he threw that punch, and here they are back on the ground.
Yeah, that goes with a little bit of experience. You know, a rookie fighter coming in, not keeping their hands by their head and standing up. A little bit more experienced fighter can catch you with one of those punches and take you down just as you're coming up.
Yes, it looks like Chase has got some pretty good punching power and kicking power.
Well, he's going to need it over at True Warrior Fitness. I know that Toby doesn't play over there, and he pushes those guys hard, and the guys that are training there and representing his school have got a lot of heart.
That's a good point. Every student I've seen coming out of that school is here to fight, and they show it.
Well, at this point, I'd like to see Larry stand them up, get them back to their feet, get the action going again, and that's in a round run.
I agree. Arthur, Jonathan's trying to grab the head when he's been taken down, but that can tire your arms out pretty quickly as well.
Well, here we go into fight number 3, round number 2. Chase Gibson in the blue corner, Jonathan Kunros, his amateur debut in the red corner. Both gentlemen come out with a show of showmanship.
I'm not going to give the first round to Chase just due to his takedown ability that he did. It probably took Jonathan down a couple of times.
Definitely agreed on that. Chase is probably going to want to stand to his feet, try to show Jonathan some of his leg kicks and punching power, and see what Jonathan has to offer. Oh, Chase again with another takedown, and Jonathan going to that schoolyard choke.
Yeah, that was a well-timed takedown by Chase. It's too bad he couldn't get past his legs, though. It looks like he's stuck in Jonathan's guard.
Yeah, Jonathan just keeps wanting to get that neck, being a headhunter, and a lot of guys from the street tend to want to do that and grab that, but it takes a lot of power, and it looks like we have a transition. Jonathan, tries to pull guard on Chase.
Get a guillotine on him, ladies and gentlemen, and the Chase has got to be careful because that can just crawl up on you really quickly. You can't, all of a sudden, you can't breathe, and then you're done.
Well, I tell you, like I said, that takes a lot of power to keep that head and arm choke, the head choke inside there. Chase countered it, trying to transfer and roll over, and it looks like Jonathan's really trying to put it in. Chase has side control with him, and there's just no way he can choke him from that position.
I think Randy Couture said he's got a 5-second rule. I mean, if it hasn't choked him out in 5 seconds, he moves on to something else.
Agreed. Definitely agreed to that. Earlier in my career, I know I wanted to tend to hang on to that neck, and soon to realize that just takes too much out of you.
That's tiring. It's like trying to hold up a weight. You just can't do it for that long.
Right. Looks like Chase working north and south on Jonathan. I don't think Jonathan's schooled enough on the ground to see that. If they don't see some action going, Larry's going to want to stand them up.
I think you're going to see Larry stand these guys up. They can't sit there forever. Again, they've only got 3 rounds, 2 minutes each, and now Chase is landing a couple punches.
Yep, that was a hard straight right from the up position. Chase now to his feet, taunting Jonathan to get up. 2.
You're right. Chase's kicks look sharp. Well, he was kicking Jonathan while he was on the ground. It looks like that hurt.
Well, what I'd like to see Chase do is keep it at his feet in the 3rd round. Jonathan looks like he's a little bit gassed over there. His corner's got his up. He's up against the cage. And I think we're going to see a whole different fight here in the 3rd round.
I agree. I know both these fighters don't want it to go to decision. You're going to see them coming out, showing us what they got.
Well, it looks like in the red corner, Jonathan's got quite a cheering section here to support him, and sometimes that helps when times are down and you're feeling gassed, let me tell you.
That's a good point, Maverick. He's got like an entire crowd here with signs, actually, with his name in red, so hopefully that'll give him a little bit of pressure to step it up for the 3rd round.
Great support for a debut fighter. They must know something that we don't, but Jonathan needs to pick it up. I think the judges got the scorecard versus Chase at this time for the considerable amount of takedowns and leg strikes that Chase has delivered.
That landed Arturo, although he's still going strong.
Another combination with Chase, and Chase shooting in with a single, taking Jonathan down again.
Chase is good at timing those takedowns. He feints or he fakes a move and then he just shoots right in and takes Jonathan right to the ground.
Yeah, he throws that quick jab with a half right, with a leg kick, and then shoots right for the single and takes him down.
Well timed, and that takes a lot of practice to get that timing down. A lot of work to do that. That's not easy.
Yep. And there you go, Jonathan again trying to work the head and arm choke. I'm telling you, it takes a lot of gas of that. Chase keeping the side control, and I guarantee you in the third round, Larry's not going to let him stay down there too long. He's going to stand him up.
It looks like Chase has side control. Now he's going to go north-south. I think he just threw a couple knees in there. But Jonathan's going to have to do something. He can't stay in that position forever.
Well, seeing Chase as we've seen him here at TFA and his fights, Jonathan's given him a pretty good little fight. Chase definitely the dominant fighter here. I got those judges scoring him up right now. But Jonathan, no worth for wear. He is definitely trying to bring the fight to this TFA veteran.
Again, Jonathan's doing a very impressive job. It's his first fight. I do think it's a little odd that he keeps grabbing the head, though, because that doesn't seem to be working for him.
Yeah, it looks like Larry's going to go ahead and stand him up, get him to their feet. Jonathan's got to let that head and arm or a schoolyard choke go. Oh! Another huge takedown by Chase. Jonathan threw that looping overhand right. Chase ducked it, shot it for the signal, and took him down again.
And that was pretty loud, ladies and gentlemen. He basically picked him up and just slammed him, and the crowd's going crazy here.
But if you look at the cage again, Jonathan again having Chase in that choke. He just will not let go of that head. For some reason, that must be his bread and butter move. And that's the end of the third round. This is going to the judges' corner.
Let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen.
Judge number 2 scores the fight 28-30. Judge number 3 scores the fight 27.5-30. All three judges see it the same way. Your winner by unanimous decision. Fighting out of the blue corner, James
going nowhere. Thank you. Awesome. I'll be seeing you soon. Where's the gym located?
Right here. Pacific. Don't let him go.
Yeah, they're done. Okay. Luis Flores. You Raider fan, get in here. Luis. You're being called out. There you are. All right. This is the fight we're going to have here in May. Both these guys are my boys. Gibson is no joke.
My brother.
You know you're no joke. You two are fighting on my next show here in 7 weeks. Tell me about it.
Turn toward the camera. We're here to give the fans a good show, you know. We're looking at your fight today, Chase. I say let's just get it on, man.
What do you got to say about that, Chase?
I agree. I want the best fights. I want to improve as an athlete, as a professional. And the best fights, that's for me.
You have one of the best gyms, so this guy behind me runs a great gym. The Machados are no joke. Do I got to fight a title fight between you 255? Step over right here, square off. I'm going to tell you right now, no fucking joke. All right, that's the best part of love. Go back to the room. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're back. I'm Maverick the Soul Collector Harvey with MMA icon Jacob Woods. We are here at fight number 4 at TFA 27 on the Waterfront. We have two debuters fighting out today, Darius Carter in the blue corner and Samuel Barra in the red corner.
All right, let's get these guys out here. Fighting out of the red corner, standing 6'3", 205 pounds, a mixed martial arts fighter from the CG Fight Camp. Give it up for Samuel Ray Barra.
This is Samuel Ray Barrera, fighting at a CG Fight Camp. Coach Morano. I'm having my MMA debut, so get ready for some big throws going down. It's going to be great. I'm going after that belt after, so watch me. We're going to do it big, throwing down, take it anywhere it needs to go. So stay tuned, follow me. Thank you. Let's do it. Fighting out of the blue corner, standing 6'4", 212 pounds, also a mixed martial arts fighter, fighting out of the sweatshop. Give it up for Darius Carter!
This thing on? Hey everybody, it's DC fighting out of Sweatshop Gym in Long Beach. Looking to get my first win here in TFA fight. I'm glad I finally got the opportunity. I've been with Sweatshop for about a year, working with Brad Critchfield and the Saunders brothers. They've helped try to get me as well-rounded as possible. So I'm looking to come in and showcase what I've been working hard to do. And peace be unto you. Thank you.
Let's give it up for these fighters coming out here. Before I turn it over to Millionaires, are you, the TFA fans, ready for a fight?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be some hard-hitting action. Both these guys are big. They're around 6'3", 6'4". Over 200 pounds, so you're going to see a lot of hard hits tonight.
Yep, Darius coming out with a straight right leg kick. Darius continued to throw a barrage of punches. It looks like Barrera needs to keep his hands up and back out of that just a little bit. Another hard right by Darius.
And I know Darius played defensive end for Kent State, so he has a natural athleticism to him. And now he's just got Samuel Ray cornered, but looks like there's been... Now they're both basically just tangled up.
For those at home, Barrera in the red needs to start exchanging with Darius in the blue. Both guys came to bang. We're going to see how it ends up right here. We got some exciting action. It's the light heavyweight event.
Looks like Barrera has taken those barrages pretty well. He doesn't look injured, didn't slow down. He was kind of joking around with the gesture there about a second ago.
Yep, and it looks like Barrera with an overhand right connecting on the right side of Darius' face. Darius still up, both guys throwing hands. Barrera starting to throw some wild punches. Another nice kick by Darius.
Barrera's got some loopy punches, but they seem to be landing periodically.
Yeah, they are. I mean, maybe because of height advantage, that's his style of throwing that big overhand looping punch. Now putting pressure on Darius. Darius, you know, that's work for wear. He threw a lot of punches and a lot of kicks in the first 60 seconds.
Darius came out in a whirlwind. It's both these guys' first fight, so he's probably a bit nervous. And he came out, and it looks like the tide is turning a little bit in Barrera's favor.
Yeah, Barrera was able to weather the start, and a huge reverse takedown on the NFL, Darius.
Now he's got Darius' back. The crowd is on its feet, ladies and gentlemen. It's difficult to see what they're doing.
This is incredible what's going on. It looks like Darius is on his back. We can't see from here. And that's the end of round number 1.
Darius got saved by the clock there. Darius came out strong, but Barrera finished strong. So that round could have gone either way. What do you think?
Let me tell you, I thought Darius was going to come out and dominate. Barrera had his hands down. Barrera weathered the storm. His shirt's torn. But after that first round, he stood up. Come on, let's go. I'm ready to bang.
I, like you, thought the fight was over, actually, in the first couple of seconds. But Barrera did hang on and did take him down, and it ended the round strongly.
Let me tell you, Todd Meacham, TFA, once again, another wonderfully matched fight. Skill level, pound for pound, both these guys are just bringing it 110%. It looks like Barrera's sitting upright in his corner. Darius is slumped over. They got ice on his neck. He might have gassed himself in that first round.
That barrage of punches takes a lot of energy. Takes a lot of energy. It looks like Barrera's ready to go. Darius is up. We're going to start round 2.
Well, that's where this athleticism is going to come into play. We're going to see here right now if Darius still has it in his tank or Barrera weathered the storm and going to bring it back to this NFL superstar.
Yeah, you got to remember, you got 3 rounds. You can't tire yourself out in the first round.
Yep, you're looking at me. Darius' left hand's already down, slooping down. Both gentlemen with a great show of sportsmanship. Nice big kick by Barrera. Darius with a takedown. Yep, Darius holding Barrera into the cage. Barrera with a nice knee. Darius tries to throw an uppercut, but they reversed it. Both fighters look a little weary at this point. Both fighters with their hands down. A big head kick by Barrera to Darius' head.
Just like his punches, his kicks are a little loopy as well. He's trying some very unique kicks there.
Yeah, that takes a lot of power out of you, that reversal, spinning reversal heel kick. Both those fighters, I wouldn't be trying at that point with the gas they got. They both look weary. Barrera's hands are down by his waist. Darius' hands dropping. Barrera with an overhand right and a leg kick. I think it's going to be a fight to the fittest.
I agree. Both these guys are getting tired. You can see it. Their punches and kicks are getting a little slower. Their movements are getting a little slower. So these two are just going to bang it out until somebody drops or the fight's over.
I expect this to be dropped by one or the other with a looping punch just to connect right. Barrera's punches are just real worse for wear. His kicks are nothing. Darius' hands are down. It's all about gas at this point.
Basically a schoolyard brawl now. Both their hands are down. Both these guys are swinging for the fences. If any of those punches land by either of these two, someone's going to get dropped.
Barrera looks like he's got a little bit more life in his legs. He came with a switch kick. Overhand right by Barrera to Darius with a knockout in the second round of TFA.
Unbelievable. Hit him in the body, then hit him to the head.
Thank you to all my family. God first, baby. That's all it is.
got disappointed, and I was all right. But it happens.
It happens. That was a good first fight. We'll see you again. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, Samuel, your debut here, exciting TFA. You came out strong. You were defending yourself. Darius was flurrying those punches with you. You stayed in your game plan, stayed at home, and congratulations. How do you feel?
Feel real good. I want to say thank you to all my family. All my family came. Thank you so much. Man, I love this. Thank God.
Beautiful, Samuel. Samuel Ray, guys, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Good job.
Here we go.
Well, here we go, Jacob. We're exciting fight number 5 at TFA on the Waterfront. We have a classic stand-up wrestler versus striker in the red corner, Anthony Riviera, a certified wrestler versus Henry Menendez, a Muay Thai fighter.
TFA fans, here we go. Fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'8", 140 pounds. He is a wrestler fighting out of Gracie United Fight Team. Give it up for Anthony Riviera.
Name's Anthony Rivera. I'm 19 years old, fighting out of Gracie Hammett. I'd like to thank TFA for allowing me to fight. It's my first amateur fight, and yeah, I'm gonna give a good show. So. Yeah.
Specialist out of Al Martinez, Muay Thai. Give it up for Henry Menendez.
This is Henry fighting out of Al Martinez, Muay Thai kickboxing. This is my second fight in TFA, and I'm ready to go. I've been training my stand-up and my jiu-jitsu ground game every morning and every night, and just my managers and been getting me ready for my fights, and I'm just ready to put a good show and let the fans enjoy the night.
Here we go.
Classic stand-up wrestler versus striker in the red corner, Anthony Riviera, a certified wrestler versus Henry Menendez, a Muay Thai fighter.
This should be a great fight. Again, as you said, a classic stand-up versus grappler. It looks like Anthony, to his credit, has taken Henry down and is in his guard.
Yep, once again, for the fans at home, Riviera in the red, the wrestler, versus Menendez in the blue corner, the stand-up fighter. And Menendez Riviera doing exactly what he's supposed to do, controlling him, taking him to the ground, and looking for that submission.
Again, this is Mendez's third fight, so he does have a bit more experience than Rivera, who's making his amateur debut.
I tell you, for an amateur debut to shoot in, take him down, and a slam. Now both guys are to the feet. Let's see what happens. Oh! Big spinning heel kick. Huge takedown by Riviera.
Nice. That was beautiful. He picked him up over his head almost and just slammed him.
I tell you, that was one of the biggest suplexes I've seen in a long time here at TFA. And let me tell you, the wrestler definitely dominating this stand-up fighter, even though that was an excellent spinning heel kick by Menendez, but it just didn't make contact.
Agreed. You got to be careful with those spinning kicks because guys can just move out of the way and then they're in a better position to take you down, just as Rivera just did.
Yep, I generally like to don't to turn my back to my opponent unless I know he's worse for the weary and he's stumbling and falling down. That's when you're selling tickets, not at the beginning of the first round.
Agreed. When you know you won the fight, then you can start getting fancy.
And look at that. Riviera takes it back to the feet, taunting Menendez to show him his overhand right. That was a straight shot by Menendez that connected on Riviera's chin, but Riviera with a great wrestling background is going to go for another big slam.
Here we go again. Nice slam. Great technique. He had one arm on top and one arm in between his legs. He picked him up and slammed him with ease.
That's the thing with mixed martial arts. You got to learn how to defend the takedown. You have to know how to sprawl and defend that takedown and feel when it's coming. Big overhand rights. That's in the first round.
I'm going to give that first round to Rivera. The slams, the severity of those, he controlled Menendez for the majority of that fight.
I tell you, 2 huge takedowns. I mean, I'm talking big slams, body control. It showed that he could stand with Menendez, and Menendez has yet to show his hands that he has.
Agreed. Those are probably the 2 biggest slams tonight so far, just based on how loud they were when Menendez hit the floor. But again, Menendez needs to start using his hands.
And that's coming, ladies and gentlemen, from a 140-pound fighter. Usually you see it bigger in the heavyweights or the middleweights, but not in the lightweights.
We should be seeing a ton of combinations from Menendez in this second round. He's got to do something. You just cannot keep getting slammed like that. That hurts. It takes your confidence away, and so he's got to make it his game with more punching and kicking.
I tell you, being here at the ILW at the Waterfront, it's explosive. The fans can't stay in their feet. The fights are electrifying. This is nothing but an ultimate barn burner here at the ILW.
Agreed. Every fight here has been exciting to watch, and that's what they pay for when they come here, and that's why they come to the TFA. That's why the TFA has been going on for so long.
Well, that's why Todd Meacham, one of the most superb matchmakers in the industry, putting on great fights. Let's go, round number 2.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. And again, we have Henry Menendez in the blue corner and Anthony Rivera in the red corner. Henry, as he says, is more of a striker, where Anthony is more of a grappler, which he proved in the first round.
Yeah, it looks like Riviera at this point taunting Menendez to stand up with him to show him some of his striking.
Well, maybe he didn't feel like Menendez had the skills because he didn't show it in the first round, so he's starting to stand up and mix it up a little bit.
Well, it looks like Menendez snuck a little quick jab in. Didn't hurt Riviera, but Riviera again with a takedown. Another big takedown. I'm telling you, that's scoring a lot of points on the judge's card.
It is, and to get taken down and controlled is very tiring because you're supporting somebody's weight and you're using a lot of energy. So Menendez has got to do his best to get out of that position. It looks like he's trying to armbar Rivera, but it looks like Rivera hasn't stood up and is past his guard and almost inside mount again.
Well, I tell you, Rivera is scoring huge points, not only with the takedown and the control on the ground. What Menendez has to do in the blue corner, he has to defend that takedown. He's not scoring any points. You can score points for defending the takedown just as much as gaining them from the takedown.
Agreed. He's got to stuff that takedown. He can't let Rivera grab him like that because once Rivera has a hold of you, he's going to take you down. He's going to start throwing those combinations, and then maybe he can do a takedown. He's got to let those hands fly in the second round.
Well, I tell you, Larry's not going to let this go in the second round and lay on the ground and do this big, he shiz, we give game. These guys have got to work on the ground. It looks like Riviera is not afraid of Menendez's stand-up. He's standing up with him. And another takedown again by Riviera.
That just looked a little too easy for Rivera. It looks like Menendez is up against the cage and is taking a couple punches from Rivera. So we'll see how long this goes.
Yep, like I said, not too exciting, but Riviera scoring points here at his debut against Henry Menendez.
Yep, he finished the round strong, had a good round with those takedowns. Fortunately, Menendez couldn't get his hands to I'm sure the level he wanted to with some combinations. But we'll never know. We'll see what happens in the third round.
Well, Menendez's corner has got to come and tell him to try to sprawl and defend the takedown or try to stuff the takedown from Rivera. He's scoring too many points with the takedown and then also having the ground control on the ground. Menendez's strikes are not being effective whatsoever, and Rivera is capitalizing on that, and that's why he's continuing to take him down.
Got to stuff those takedowns. Hit him with the knee, hit him with something, just stuff it, sprawl, so he can't take you down. He's got to work on that. Should be his first instinct, is to sprawl when you feel like you're being taken down.
Well, at this point, I know Rivera's corner is telling him just to continue to do what you're doing. They're into the third round. He's up on the points. I don't think to see Rivera is going to do anything dramatic or not a punch and kicking and just continue to take Menendez down.
Why mess with what's working, right? So Menendez is going to have to mix it up a little bit and see something different, show something different for him to win this fight.
Exactly. For Menendez to win this fight, it's going to have to be something decisive. Great combinations. He's going to have to get a TKO or a takedown. Rivera trying to come out, touch glove. Menendez not having it. He's ready to bang. And here we go, round number 3.
He's probably upset that the fight isn't quite going the way he wanted to, but you never know what could happen in an MMA fight. That's why it's such an exciting sport. So let's see what happens. Menendez, both these fighters have their hands down, actually, kind of strangely, but we'll see what happens.
Well, ironically, Rivera in the red, the wrestler, is taunting and pacing back Menendez, which should be the other way around. The wrestler usually on the back pedal. Menendez trying to throw that overhand right. Didn't look like it connected. Big swooping kick and another takedown by Rivera.
And again, I'm not a huge fan of the back spinning back fist after that kick. Again, he exposed his back. Rivera took advantage and just took him down.
I tell you, any reversal going backwards is a huge, huge gamble unless you are dominating a fight and you're trying to sell some tickets.
Plus, he'd already done that a couple of times in the previous round, so Rivera is probably hip to that move and just waited for him to do it, and it just shot right in.
Well, Rivera's doing exactly what he's prone to do. He's a wrestler. He's keeping the points. He's keeping it ground. He continues to take him down. Looks like he's going to go for a clinch knee. And like I said, since it's the third round, Larry's going to make him work.
Here we go again. Rivera is taking him down. Looks like he's mounted him. He's in a more dominant position. He's in the guard of Menendez, and now he's punching him at will. If he can pass his guard, those punches will be even more effective.
Well, Rivera's giving him the fight exactly what. Larry Landis stopping the fight. Referee stoppage in the third round. TKO by the wrestler in the pro debut, Anthony Rivera.
TKO by the wrestler. Let's go talk to the fighters.
Let's go! Face the camera, please. Thank you, Larry.
All right, man. Like I said, we're getting shorter and shorter and shorter. All right, your winner, 1 minute, 35 seconds into the third round by technical knockout. Give it up for Anthony Rivera.
Not the outcome you were looking for, still an entertaining fight nonetheless. Give me some thoughts on the fight. The outcome, especially since I'm fighting in my hometown. But, just learn from these experiences. I know I'm going to learn something from this, and I'm just come back even stronger. Good point, learning from your experience is very true. We're going to see you again.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Definitely, ladies and gentlemen, Henry Mendes.
Okay, come here. Face the camera. Face the camera. Face the camera. Anthony, it was your debut here at TFA.
I want to thank TFA for allowing me to fight my first fight. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to fighting more.
Well, good job, man. We hope to see you back. Excellent show. Thank you, sir.
You will see him back.
Enjoying the show?
Yes.
Yeah, it was a nice time. Yeah. It was very nice. Yeah. I like it. I'm going to come back next time.
You gonna come back?
Yes.
Yes, come back for next time and win.
You enjoying the show?
TFA. Go to TFAfights.com.
And here we go, Jacob, after electrifying intermission here at TFA 27 at the Waterfront. Sean Sybil, an ILW employee, versus Hector Salinas.
It should be an exciting fight. Both these guys like to stand up and bang, according to them. So look for some hard-hitting punches, and we'll see what happens.
All right. Fighting out of the red corner, standing 6'2", 170 pounds. He's a judo, kickboxing, and Brazilian jiu-jitsu specialist. Give it up for Hector Salinas.
Hi, my name's Hector. I'm fighting at a Torrance Judo Gym. This is my 4th fight with TFA. I love it. It's a great experience. New place, Longshoreman Hall. You know, bigger crowd. I think it's going to be great. My cardio, everything's good. I've been training. I'm actually recovering from an injury. I was supposed to participate last October, but I couldn't do it. But anyway, now I'm better. I'm 100% and I'm ready to go.
Standing 6'0", 178 pounds. He is a striker, self-trained. Give it up for Sean the Boss Sybil!
Hey, this is Sean Sybil, fighting from the ILW. It's going to be my first fight with TFA. I'm really excited one day to be world champion, go against the best of the best. This is my first amateur fight. I'm ready for anybody. I have no fear. Anybody, bring it on. Let's go. Let's do it. Come on. Ugh!
Jacob, after electrifying intermission here at TFA 27 at the Waterfront. Sean Sybil, an ILW employee versus Hector Salinas.
It should be an exciting fight. Both these guys like to stand up and bang, according to them. So look for some hard-hitting punches, and we'll see what happens.
Well, we got Salinas for you fans at home in the red corner, and Sean in the blue. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
This is Sean's first amateur debut, and Salinas has a 1-3 record. The last time Salinas fought was in August of 2012.
And Salinas teeing off on Sybil. A straight left and a hard right. Sybil still on his feet. Great show of combinations from Salinas. Sean trying to defend the takedown. Big knee by Sybil.
Yes, big knee by Sybil. And Salinas is trying to put him up to the cage to try and take him down. But Sean's doing a good job defending.
And Salinas had both those underhooks. Had the pressure against Sean again. Took Sean to the ground, and it looks like Salinas, Sean
has reversed him and is now on top of him, throwing punches, although Salinas does have him tight.
Yeah, it looks like Salinas from this position is almost he's actually in Sybil's guard. Not much movement going on. You're going to see the referee pushing him up, and there's not much movement.
These guys are pretty tightly grabbing each other, so there's not a lot of space to throw those heavy punches.
Sybil's going to want to let that head go, get under Salinas' underhook, turn his hip to the side, and try to escape.
Salinas has got to get off his back. You can't stay on your back. That's an advantageous position to be in. You have no leverage. You shouldn't be punching.
Sybil in Salinas' guard, trying to rain the punches down. Salinas backing up, defending it. He's got to pull Sybil into him. Sybil's got to force him away into the cage and continue to pound. That's a 10-second marker for round number one. It looks like this might go to round number two.
Again, to Sean's credit, he did land a couple of good punches there while he was in the guard of Salinas.
Both fighters at this point received some hard blows to the face. They've both taken some good damage. We're going to say it's going to be the fittest to make it into round number two. Who's going to have them geared?
That's a tough one to score. I mean, Salinas came out stronger with those Crips combinations, but Sean took him down and did some damage to him on the ground.
Yep, it looks like Sean regained his composure and took back charge of the fight at the end of the first round, so I think it's pretty even at this point.
We'll have to wait and see what happens in the second round. I'm curious if they're going to use the same tactics they did in the first round.
Well, if Hector Salinas' record is correct with 4 fights, he's going to learn how to pace himself. He'll be going into round number two. Sybil looks like he's going to get a little bit worried for gas, but you don't know. Maybe that was just the excitement, and round number two is going to show a different fighter.
Yeah, that's the thing about making your debut. You never know how these guys are going to act. He could come out even stronger in the second round. You just never know.
Well, Sybil is already on his feet, and that's a good sign. Salinas on his feet. We're going to see right here, round number two, who's the title of the fittest.
Love to see what happens. Again, that was a very exciting first round with Salinas throwing his punching combinations, and then Sean with that takedown, and then a little bit of ground and pound.
Yep, we got the ILW local worker here with the Fox Sybil in the blue versus Hector Salinas in the red. Here we go, round number two.
Here we go, and again, as you mentioned, Sean does have a large following here from the Union.
Oh, Salinas connected with a straight jab and a looping right. Sybil's still on his feet, though. Sybil's got to keep his hands up right now.
I just thought I had that same moment. On the flip side, Salinas has to keep his hands up when he does that kick as well.
That's right. Both guys look like they're already gasping. Sean's got to be careful with those slapping punches and time it more and keep his hands up and be more methodical on his punching right now.
Salinas has to be careful with those head shots. He's off balance. Sean's the kind of guy who's going to rush in and take him down if he's off balance from those head kicks.
I totally agree, Jacob. You're 100% right. Salinas can't be weary with those lazy kicks because Sean's an aggressive guy and he might just shoot right in and take him down.
Sean's got a pretty strong upper body, so he likes doing those takedowns. Here they go. These two guys are battling it out, duking it out.
They are swinging for the fences. The Fox still on his feet, took some hard shots from Salinas.
Salinas has got to close when he's walking around like that.
Yep, Sean a little bit weary on his ankle. Salinas pantsing and pacing him down, going for the takedown. Sean trying to defend the takedown.
Looks like Sean got stunned there. That would have been a great time for Salinas to capitalize on that and finish him off. We gave him time to recover, and now here they both are. Looks like Salinas had a takedown and has Sean up against the cage.
Yeah, well, it looks like Sean actually, this position could actually rest more even against the cage, putting pressure on the back of Salinas' neck, and he needs to rest and breathe right here, but the referee's going to stand him up. It looked like Salinas should have capitalized on those stingers that stunned Sean.
Sean looked like he swayed back and forth there for a little bit, and Salinas just let him recover.
Yeah, well, there they go again. They're throwing punches, and they're punching pound for pound, and these guys are turning this into an exciting slugfest, and Salinas again with another takedown.
Nice way to finish the round.
Let me tell you, Jacob, here we are again, exciting round number 2. But look at that. Sean's back to his feet immediately. Salinas is still on his knees. The guy with 4 fights and the debuter is already back to his feet. I know these guys are both stunned. They both received some damage, but it's going to say who's the title, who's the fittest in round number 3.
This is it. They gotta show us what they got in this 3rd round. You can't leave it up to those judges. Those rounds could have gone either way. So both these guys have to come out with the mentality, I'm going to finish this fight in the 3rd round.
Well, let me tell you, there's huge bragging rights on the line right here with the Fox coming from the ILW. This is Longshoremen's Hall. There's a lot of pressure on him to perform. Let me tell you, he's going to give it all he's got tonight.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure he has tons of fans here, and this is his home court, right? He wants to show everybody what he's got to have those bragging rights.
Well, it looks like Sybil the Fox is already on his feet. Salinas dragged up a little bit slower, but that could be all part of his game plan. You know, he's not going to show too much in the corner. Let me show my opponent that I'm weak at this point.
That's a good point. He could just be doing that to get Sean overconfident, and then he may come out with another barrage of punches again like he's done these last 2 rounds.
That's right. I've seen a lot of times professional fighters baiting in their rookie opponents, like by acting that they're worse for the weary.
They did touch gloves, mutual sign of respect. Salinas did land a nice leg kick to Sean to open the round.
Yep, Salinas is definitely dominated with the kicks. He's showing more leg kicking. Sean definitely just a stand-up striker, standing with the punches. But Sean the Fox is still standing on his feet. Salinas has got to capitalize on it if he wants to finish this fight, because it's pretty evenly matched at this point.
And both these fighters have slowed down tremendously. Salinas, again, has got to be careful with that head kick because it's rather slow, and Sean could take him down.
Both fighters swinging for the fences. They look like they're both out of gas. Both of them got their hands down. Sean's got his hands back up. Salinas for another takedown. Looks like Sean's trying to defend it, and Salinas scoring another point for a takedown.
Again, both these fighters are up against the cage. It looks like Salinas has a more advantageous position on top of Sean, and he's throwing some punches to his head. Although they're from a very short distance, so they're not quite as powerful if he separates himself to get more leverage.
Yeah, those punches more irritating. Oh, he's got it. I don't even know Elbows are in camo here. We can't see what's going on.
It looks like Salinas got the back of Sean and choked him out. All right. I think he tapped out. He tapped out. I think he made a tap.
Did he?
I think I couldn't see him.
He put his knee on Sean's arm, trapped it down. It looked like when he was rabbit punching his face.
Then he reversed it.
Oh, did he?
Then he got his back, and it looked like he had him in the
see
choke.
shit.
I can't see anything. The crowd's on their feet. It's hard to see.
By rear naked choke, fighting on the leg corner
I'm trying to tell you that was one pretty impressive fight. Both you guys were swinging for the fences. You were banging, you were dominating the takedowns. You weathered the storm on the striking. Was that your game plan? Talk up that.
Game plan, not really. You just pretty much put into action everything you're taught. So I gotta thank my coaches for putting up with me, teaching me everything I know. Wow, that guy hits hard. Fucking A. This was one of my toughest matches. And if I could get a second, earlier today, Freddie Cheatham, the guy with the cheap suit that was up here, he was talking about me. He was challenging me. And you know what? I accept. And come next TFA event, that belt's gonna be mine. Just a heads up. So you guys just come by and watch that fight because it's gonna be a great one.
Well, congratulations, man. That was a great fight.
I've been with me for a long time. The crew over here have been with me. Love these guys.
Turn around.
One hell of a fucking fight!
Thanks, bro. Thanks. I do it for the lady. What can I say?
Well, you got a beautiful lady and a beautiful kid, so you know what's up. All right?
Yeah, bro. See you next event.
Our next event's the second week of May. Put that on your little calendar. Second week of May. What am I doing the second week of May? Well, I'm going to TFA show. Yeah!
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. Fight number 7 here at Exciting TFA. We have both guys in a great debut. Both of them coming in at 160 pounds. This is a catch weight, and it ought to be pretty exciting.
All right, let's get these guys out. Fighting out of the right corner. He stands 5'8", 160 pounds. He's a Muay Thai and Greco-Roman fighter. Give it up for Glenn Aguero!
I'm Glenn Algier. I'm fighting out of Carson Garage, fighting with Mariano Farado. I've been training in all sorts of stand-up, ground pound, Muay Thai, Jiu-Jitsu. This is going to be my first fight with TFAs. I'm excited. I'm ready and willing to do whatever it takes to get that belt. This is my first fight. This is a golden opportunity for me to show everybody what I can do. And hey, I'm ready for it. Let's go.
He's a wrestler fighting for the Empire Fight Team. Give it up for Luis Cisneros!
My name is Luis Cisneros. I'm from Chico, California, fighting with Empire Fight Team. And I've been training for around 4 to 5 months already for this fight. I've been wrestling for around 4 years. My fight is at 165 pounds. Like I said, I've been working hard for it. Working hard for nothing but a win. That's all I'll be satisfied with. So, March 15th, Wilmington, California. Getting ready for it.
TFA!
Before I turn it over to Larry Landis, I ask you, the TFA fans, are you ready for a fight?
Both of them coming in at 160 pounds. This is a catch weight, and it ought to be pretty exciting.
Both these guys look pretty evenly matched up, both making their debut. They're both about the same height, so let's see what happens.
We got the Cook versus the Marine.
That's a good point.
Oh! And the Cook with a huge takedown on the blue corner. With a huge takedown.
And again, Tiznado is in the blue corner, and Alger is in the red corner.
Yep, Alger retired from the Marine Corps, corporal, United States Marine Corps, serving our country. Now training MMA.
Yeah, Alger, I think I read that he's been deployed to Iraq 3 times, so we know he's got to be tough.
Yeah, well, it looks like Luis Tiznado in the blue corner is proving his weary right now. He's studying to become a district attorney.
He's got to be tough to battle those criminals every day. This is good training ground for him.
Well, these guys look pretty evenly matched, both throwing knees. It looks like Glenn Aguirre in the red corner smiling at Tiznado, taunting him to bring it to him.
That's always dangerous to do at the beginning of a fight because you never know how someone's going to react.
Yep, it looks like the Cook in the blue corner is trying to take another takedown. Good defense by the Marine.
It's like both these fighters are showing respect for each other by keeping their distance. And it looks like Tiznado's grabbing a leg and trying to do a single.
Yep, and that was pretty dangerous because Mr. Algier in the red corner was about to throw that big kick right when he caught it.
It was very dangerous, and now it looks like both these fighters are clinched up. It looks like Tiznado's a little stronger. He seems to throw around Algier, looks like pretty easily.
Yeah, surprisingly. Both fighters seem to have seen the same skill level, and both of them continue to stand back up and throw and punch. There's a 10-second marker. Let's see what happens at the end of round number 1. That was it, the end of round number 1. Red corner, Glenn Aguirre, the U.S. Marine, versus Luis Tiznado, the Cook that's studying to become the district attorney in round number 2.
Well, both these guys are impressive people. Again, as you mentioned, Algier was a Marine for 6 years and a corporal in the Army. Tiznado has great aspirations as well to become a DA. So all this fighting is just going to help them in whatever they do for the rest of their life.
That's right. Both guys serving their country well, one educating himself and the other one coming out starting a new career in the mixed martial arts. This will be a good proving ground for him to let him see if this is truly where he wants to pursue.
I think that first round, that was a little tough to score that round. I know Tiznado had a great takedown. That may have been the tipping point to score him that round. How would you score that first round?
I got it pretty evenly, believe it or not, but it looks like Tiznado probably is just up just a little bit because of the takedown factor.
For Tiznado, although he did have that great takedown.
Well, Jacob, 160 pounds is that catch weight. It's really kind of funny. They're not really big enough for big power, but not small enough to do a lot of speed. It's just one of them weird weight classes.
Guys that weigh around that weight. So you see a range of sizes at 160.
Right, you see a big diversity of different sizes at 160. And it looks like, again, with the Cook on a huge takedown on our Marine.
That was a well-timed double leg takedown by Tiznado. Now he's throwing punches to Algier's head.
Well, I have to tell you at this point, Tiznado definitely is up on the judges' cards with that takedown. He seems to definitely have a stronger ground control than the Marine. And Larry's going to separate them if something doesn't happen here real soon.
Again, that takedown was extremely well-timed, and that just shows the practice that he's been doing, grappling and working on his takedowns. That doesn't come naturally. That's just pure skill.
Yeah, well, it looks like this Empire fight team out of San Diego is probably well-skilled in that. He's got that schoolyard choke again. He's going to have to jump up and pull guard to try to loosen up the grip of the underhook of the Marine. Now he's to his back. At this point, he's going to try to continue to pound on the face, and the Marine has to either escape to his hip and turn out or try to face the Cook.
Got to get out of that position. He's not going to grab anything from that position.
Yep, Tiznato's going to have to continue to give knees or move, or Larry's definitely going to stand him up, especially into the second round. We're to hear fight card number 7 at TFA, where it's a barn burner, standing room only, and excitement is in the air.
Tisnato's using his high school wrestling. He's good at smothering his weight on his opponent. He's good with his weight placement.
Well, I see Tisano looking at Larry Landless. He was punching the Marine in the face and looking at Larry if he was going to stop it. Like maybe Tisano feels like he has total control. The 10-second marker is about to hit, and we're going to go into round number 3.
If I was him, I wouldn't worry about Larry. I would just keep punching until they tell you to stop punching.
Well, you know, it looks like Tisano's got some sportsman conduct. He was probably looking to say, hey, this guy's not responding to these punches. Do I keep punching him or what's going on here? That's an amateur, you know, a move. It shows sportsman's conduct. He probably wants to, get the approval from the referee.
That's a good point. That's a good point. He's a lot nicer than I am, I guess.
A lot of these guys are developing a lot more sportsman conduct and trying to have more ethics about their fights. Even in the UFC, you're seeing that ethics are really big. Flaunting and showboating and illegal moves have been discouraged in the UFC, and fighters have been discharged from their UFC contracts because of that.
That's a good point, Maverick. And I think a lot of that courteousness and sportsmanship comes from the background of martial arts, traditional martial arts. Anybody who's done karate, I know I did Taekwondo forever when I was growing up for a number of years. And they teach you to be respectful. You bow to your opponent. You show a lot of respect.
Yeah, you're seeing that from the guys that are coming from a true martial arts background. Unfortunately, a lot of these no-holds-barred fighters or MMA guys don't come from martial arts background. It's a new hybrid. Mixed martial arts is what it is. No-holds-barred fighting. It shows no denomination or no art form.
Good to know that these fighters are, at the end of the day, they're fighters and they're showing respect for each other. This is just a sport. There's no animosity. They're just here to win and compete.
Well, they're going to need to show it and bring it up here, round number 3. The Marine and the Red's going to have to show a little bit more because I have Tisano up on the cards at this point because of his ground control and his takedowns.
That too. I scored Tisano as well for those first 2 rounds. It looks like both these guys are getting a little tired, keeping their distance from each other, and it looks like they're utilizing their hands a little more in this 3rd round.
Well, Tisano once again trying to go for the takedown and another takedown. It looks like that's his strong point. He's just going to continue to utilize it and continue to pound on the Marine in the red corner. The Marine isn't word for weary. He did have his hands up when they were standing up, but he has got to stop from this position.
Tisano's good at trapping when he does that takedown, trapping Algiers' arm so he can't turn back into him. And so he takes him down when he has Algier in a weird position.
Well, it looks like Tisano has got full mount on Algier at this point right now.
Got to get out of that position. He just can't handle those punches for too long.
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry. He's mistaken me because of the crowd. He's actually in Algier's guard right now. We can't quite see from here. But he is continuing to rain down the punches. Larry's going to continue to leave them there as long as he's active on the punches.
Is he now in half guard? Looks like I saw a leg up there.
The excitement in the air and the crowd response, everybody's on their feet. It's our view from here is just it's kind of impaired at this point, but it does look like Tisano is still in the dominant position, continue to punch. And at this point, Algier is going to need to get to his feet and do something because he's going to lose on points.
Right now, Algier is holding Tisano on top of him because he doesn't want Tisano to get a better leverage point by putting his head up and throwing his punches, which he's doing right now.
Yep, well, at this point now, that's the end. Tisano definitely scored higher on the cards. Algier did not defend enough to get a draw or a decision.
That was domination by Tisano, but you got to give Algier credit. He's a tough guy. He's a Marine. He lasted through the fight.
Set for 5.
Hey, Lewis. I worked my fucking ass off. That's what I said.
Toward the camera here. Toward the camera.
After 3 exciting rounds of action, all 3 judges still fight the same way. At unanimous decision, your winner, fighting out of the blue corner, Lucas
but a good fight nonetheless. Give us your thoughts on the fight.
You know, I came out here, he's a stronger, you know, he has that wrestling experience. You know, I'm not a good wrestler. I'm more of a striker, Muay Thai. So I came out, I kicked him a couple of times, I threw some punches. You know, that was the game plan, and I stuck to it. So, I mean, good up for him. I mean, his wrestling is really good. And he picked me up like a rag doll, and I felt that coming back down. So, yeah, good job, Luis. So I'd like to thank Carson Garage, Mariano Ferraro. He's a damn good coach right here. You know, they got me into the condition where I want to be. And I will be back. I will be back. So I'm ready for my next contender.
That's great. Ladies and gentlemen, this guy has been married for 6 years. He's been deployed to Iraq 3 times. Semi-final, baby!
Louis, that was a great debut. You definitely showed your wrestling background, great domination. We like the singles, we like the big slams. I mean, how did you feel the fight was going? Did you feel confident in that?
I felt confident ever since the beginning. That's just my mental approach to the game. And honestly, I just want to thank everyone. I want to thank my fight team for pushing me. 2 a.m. runs, you name it all. I'm just glad I was able to get the opportunity to come in.
Good job, Bruce. Thank you for coming. We'll see you again, definitely.
Don't go nowhere. Me and you had a lot of talk over the phone, didn't we? And now you finally got to come down here. You got your big W. I see your parents are here supporting you. There's your great dad. All you people come out here. Each and every one of you guys for driving up here. I fucking love you for that. Your son's a warrior. He's a warrior. No more phone talk. I hope you're coming back.
Thanks, appreciate the opportunity. Thanks for calling me like 5 times the other day, but hey, it's worth it, all right?
Yes, it is. Thanks. All right, handsome, go out there and give your parents a love and a kiss.
Well, here we go, Jacob. Dusty Montoya in the red corner. He's a bouncer at the office. And in the blue corner, Daniel Cuervo was an ex-football player, and he just trains full-time now.
All right, TFA. We got one last fight. This will be for the Total Fighting Alliance Heavyweight Amateur title, guys. Let's get these words out of here. Fighting out of the red corner, he stands 6'3", 260 pounds. He's a Muay Thai Jiu-Jitsu specialist. Give it up for Dusty Montoya.
Dusty Bam Bam Montoya, fighting out of Gracie Hammett. My coaches are Adam and Barry. I'm a stand-up fighter, I like to bang, just ready to get in there. Thank you TFA for the opportunity. That's pretty much it, I just want to bang. That's it.
He stands 6'1", 250 pounds, a freestyle fighter out of the sweatshop. Give it up for Daniel De La Cueva.
Total Fight Alliance. This is Daniel De La Cueva out of the Sweatshop Gym in Long Beach. I'm back for number 3. I look forward to getting in there and giving you guys a great show. I'm training hard. I'm ready for this fight. Number 3, I'm coming after the belt. Todd, thank you for the opportunity. Hold on to your seats. Dusty Montoya, me and you, bro. Let's do this.
Alright guys, we went over all the rules in the back. We're going to have a good, clean, fair fight. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves right now as the Silent Sportsmanship returning.
Alright fans, we're back here in May. A great new venue. It's been an awesome night. These are the heavyweights. Top of your title fight. As you know, I've been here all night. I'm going to let Tom Egypt, your matchmaker, and Total Fight Fights CEO, take over. Let's do it.
Jeff, get the
I'm so proud of all these guys. You know you're ready for war. And are you ready for the Total Fight Alliance? Are you ready for a fight?
Well, here we go, Jacob. Dusty Montoya in the red corner. He's a bouncer at the office. And in the blue corner, Daniel Cuervo was ex-football player, and he just trains full-time now.
Both these guys are ready to bang it out. These are big boys, over 6 feet, 250 pounds with Daniel, and 265 pounds for Dusty.
Yep, we got a lot of weight in there right now, over 500 pounds, and they're coming out swinging. You see the cage rocking. Big knee by Montoya.
Oh, it's like the cage is about to bust when both those guys slammed into it.
Well, you got a small car hitting the cage. That's over 500 pounds, believe me.
I like how Daniel disengages and throws a punch. That's smart.
Both fighters throwing great knees, showing good composure for heavyweights, let me tell you.
This is a good fight so far. Oh, nice! Beautiful takedown by Daniel, and now he's in Dusty's guard, but that was a well-timed double leg takedown. It kind of came out of nowhere, really.
Let me tell you, surprised me. Daniel Cuervo, he's about 10 pounds shy of Montoya and about 2 inches shorter, but he used that low center of gravity to shoot right in and take that big man down.
That 1 year of high school wrestling really paid off for him because that was a beautiful double leg.
Yep, well, he's in Montoya's guard right now, raining some punches down. Like I said, even with these heavyweight guys, they're going to stand them up and not let them stay on the ground too long.
No, agreed. We got to keep this fight exciting. Again, this is an amateur fight. 2 rounds, 3 2-minute rounds, as opposed to 3 3-minute rounds for a pro fight. So we got to keep the fight exciting at all times. And if the ref doesn't feel like the fighters are doing enough from whatever position they are on the ground, he's going to stand them up.
Well, both fighters trying to work. There's some big boys on the ground, and it looks like Cuervo's continue to pound. Montoya's got to get out of that.
Oh, he's got to get out of there. Such early in the fight, he can't handle getting punched like that while he's on his ground. He's got to get off his back, scoot his hip out, and try and get up from that position.
Well, I know Cuervo does not want to finish a fight like this, but he's being smart. He's the smaller of the 2 giants, and he's going to keep him to the ground and fight his game.
And that's what he ended the round nicely on top of Dusty using his wrestling background to smother him with his weight.
Well, we've seen Dusty Montoya fight before, and I know he's going to come out swinging because he doesn't want to get caught on the ground again.
He's going to learn from that first round. I saw him fight back in August. He came out swinging. I think he won. He beat his opponent pretty good back then. And I know Daniel's probably going to try and do what he did in the first round with what worked. We're going to have to see what happens in round 2.
Yeah, but we've seen he's been able to go into the deeper rounds in the last fights. I think he doesn't want to get caught on the ground with this guy. Seems to have a little bit more ground control. So expect to see Dusty Montoya throwing a lot more combinations right out of the gate here in the second round.
That would be nice to see. Now, the average person can't handle too many of those punches from guys these size, but these guys are so well trained, they're so skilled that they can handle some of these combinations.
Well, I tell you, the fans here at Exciting TFA and Todd Meacham matchmaking have been on their feet since fight number 1. I think the only time anybody's sitting down was during intermission to use the restroom.
I think pretty much 95% of the crowd is here from when they were here in the beginning. Do you think so?
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's incredible how much support the ILW has given it. Both men starting to exchange. And there it is again with Cuerva fighting his game. Smaller the two giants, trying to keep in control. And if he's going to take him to the ground and keep him on the ground, that's what he's going to do. And another takedown.
I think Cuerva earlier landed a punch that kind of stunned Dusty for a second, and he managed to take advantage of that by taking Dusty to the ground. It looks like he's in Dusty's guard, from what I can tell, and Daniel's on top, throwing punches when he can.
Well, Daniel Cuerva, nothing to prove except that he's going to fight his game. He's the smaller of the two giants. He's going to continue to keep him on the ground. He feels comfortable there. He must feel stronger on the ground. As long as he can keep doing damage or keep doing movement, the referee won't stand him up.
That's agreed. And it's tough for Dusty to support all that weight being on your back. That's tiring. He's getting punched. He's got to get out of that position.
And it looks like he's got what you asked for, Jacob. You saw it coming reversal. Dusty maybe waking up the giant, waking him up and ready to go to his position and show what he's capable of pounding. But Montoya having nothing to do with it. From the ground, a takedown from a one knee.
That was impressive. That took a lot of effort, but it worked. Dusty did that great reversal, but Daniel negated that with a takedown.
Yep, Daniel was like, yeah, you can get me for a minute, but I'm going to keep dominating this fight where I feel safest and I feel the strongest. And that's what he said he's going to do. He's going to bring to the fight, when we talk to him backstage, to the best of his ability and stay where he feels comfortable. And it looks like the ref's going to stand the big boys up, and let's see if we get an exchange.
Let's see what happens. Daniel's doing a great job with those takedowns. He's almost taking Dusty down kind of at will.
Yep. Oh, big looping overhand right from Dusty Montoya, swinging for the fence. Daniel continue to stay inside with the clinch, going for the head. He wants to stay close to him. He feels safe that way. He feels like he has more control, more leverage. Going for that head choke, and the bell saved it.
The bell saved him. That looked like that choke was pretty tight. Dusty looks a little winded from that last choke attempt.
Well, I tell you, your muscles start to fatigue in the neck when you're getting choked like that. You get almost what's called a semi-stinger or a spasm, where your muscles get fatigued when you're getting cranked on your neck, and it almost looks like a hypertension, almost like a pinched nerve in the neck, and your neck becomes really, really stiff. For one, there's not getting a lot of blood flow to the neck, and especially for the heavyweights, having them sit down like that, that's restricting the blood flow from their knees, and he's getting no blood up to the neck.
Daniel did a good job of positioning himself with that choke, where he kind of put his body on the head of Dusty, so he used his whole body to help choke Dusty.
Well, I think Dusty at this point is going to have to keep this fight to his feet and continue to bang, because if he lets Daniel continue to take him down, this fight's going to go to the scorecards, and Daniel's fighting a smart fight. He's staying where he feels comfortable and staying where he's in control of this fight.
He's dominated these first 2 rounds for sure. We're going to have to see something different from Dusty. Let's see his hands fly. Let's see his feet fly like he did in his fight last August.
Well, Dusty's going to have to let it rip. He's got 2 minutes to show it right now. If not, it looks like this fight's going to go to the blue corner. And once again, Daniel doing exactly what we had suspected him to do, playing it safe, playing where he is strong. But Dusty at this point has to neglect that. Oh,
beautiful reversal by Dusty. And Daniel initially attempted to take him down, but Dusty reversed him and threw him to the ground.
And Dusty at this point has the head and arm choke in. He let it go. Now he's putting pressure on Daniel's chin right now. Maybe he's trying to go for an Americana or something. I don't know how versed he is on the ground. Like we said, we've seen him stand and bang. If he gets his knee across the belly, he can get full mount and start to rain down on Daniel at this point.
The tides have turned in this fight. Dusty now has Daniel mounted, but now look, Daniel has reversed him, and now looks like he's in half guard or full mount. I can't tell from here.
Well, it was Dusty's only chance to score some points. This fight is too close to be on the bottom of this fight. Daniel is pull guard, and that's the end of the fight.
Daniel! What do you say, Daniel?
TFA, baby!
That's where you get a TFA, Todd Meacham, the matchmaker of matchmakers.
All fights went all rounds.
Switch up, all day.
Submissions?
Shit, it's a forearm choke, baby. That's what it is. That's all it takes.
That's called the pressure on the jugular. Oh, okay. So that's called the train choke.
Here we go, Dad.
All right, let's get these guys in the middle.
Face the camera. Face the camera over here. New TFA champion? New TFA, right? New TFA.
Come on. Here we go. Let's go. 1 minute, 15 seconds in the third round by trachea choke. Your winner, fighting on the blue corner, Daniel.
Good fight, right out there you were looking for. You came out strong in the third round. You took him down, you mounted him through some punches. Give us your thoughts on the fight.
It's hard, man. I just couldn't get anything to work. And better man won.
Good fight nonetheless. We're going to see you again.
Oh, yeah,
Definitely. Ladies and gentlemen, Dusty Montoya.
Let's talk up now.
Well, Daniel, I mean, your last fight you weighed in at what?
215.
And this fight you weighed in at?
250.
Okay, we just went from a lightweight, light middle heavyweight to a super heavyweight champion. I told you to stay with it. I thought that you should go down to 85. You proved me wrong. You went up to super heavyweight, and what a great show. What do you call that submission?
Shit, I call that a struggle. My struggle's real, man. It's real. No, it was a forearm choke. Put pressure on the jugular. You're good to go. Hey, he was tired. He's a bigger boy. It was a tough fight. He gave me a battle. And I just love getting in here and competing, especially for the Total Fight Alliance. But this fight was for my boy Trevor Stevens. Rest in peace. I love you, dog.
Right on, Daniel. Thank you for another great showmanship. Thank you for a great fight. We'll see you back again.
Thank you,
Montoya.
Thank you.
Hey, look at Danny. Hey, Daniel. What do you say, Daniel?
That's right, baby. I'm the champ. That's what I say. I'm the champ, baby. I'm going to hold this belt, too. It's my title.
TFA kicks butt.